What is up, friends and family? We were just saying how this doesn't need to be a promotional video by any means, just a casual update, but we thought it'd be best since it's been so long since we have shared any kind of update really with you guys. Thank you for your grace in that. That we would do a video showing our faces to you, that we actually are alive and well and happy, right? We're most days happy, and God's just met us with a lot of grace in this last season. So just a quick update on some of those things. I shared earlier in the year how my role with Right Nature was changing a bit. I came into Right Nature on a global support role, and that was serving all three headquarters. So here in Fort Myers, where we live, and then also in Latin America and California. So serving from being able to resource, equip, train the staff that we have at those headquarters. And that changed, and I accepted a role to just oversee Florida, specifically to be the executive director of Right Nature Florida. Officially in March, but over the last, from March until I believe it was October 1 is when I was able to really, that whole time in between, transitioning all my responsibilities to someone new as the Lord provided that, and begin actually just solely focusing October 1 on this new role. And so since that point, it's been really, really sweet. I really feel like personally, I've found a lot of just joy in the new role and responsibilities. I feel like what I had been doing before was filling a need, filling a role, but not doing it from just a natural place of leadership, doing a lot of left-handed work, even though I'm right-handed, if you will. And so it's been really sweet to kind of just jump into a role that I feel like I get a lot of life from. I get a lot of influence with the staff that I have directly right in front of me, and it's been great. And so a lot of transitions happening at Right Nature Florida, though. We have staff that are leaving, and we're hiring a ton of new staff. And so it's all really good stuff, but it's been challenging. It's time consuming, and so it's busy in a lot of good ways, and probably all the good ways. So that's me. And then we also have some other kind of exciting things happening just for us as a family.
So some of you may already know, but in May, we opened our home to become foster parents or foster family, and we got our first placement. He is a 2-year-old little boy. His name is Cyrus, and he's crazy, but we love him.
We call him Stitch sometimes.
And so
Stitch.
He's very much like a Stitch. So he was placed with us in May. Kind of crazy. We got licensed, and then he was placed with us almost instantaneously. So our family just kind of jumped right into that, and it was great. Des and Ellie were like on board the whole time. Love having a little brother running around. So, and then in November, we, as a family, also decided to take in his baby brother. His name is Cash, and Cash is currently 8 months old. So we've jumped into a baby phase, a season of life that we've been out of for quite some time. But honestly, I feel like Des and Ellie and all of us have handled it with a lot of grace and a lot of care. And we've received a ton of support from our church family, so have never really felt alone in jumping in from, or adding 2 kids to our family in a span of like 6 months.
Right. On top of our just immediate family helping and
Yeah.
friends and
Yes. So, yeah, but with that too comes some challenges where juggling a lot of appointments, a lot of scheduling, a lot of just like emotional stuff too, dealing with biological parents and, like I said, just various appointments with the court system. And, but it's been really, really sweet for our family and super sweet to even see Des and Ellie jump in full force and take on their role and responsibility of being a good big brother and big sister. So
yeah, it's a different it hits different. I've said a couple times, right? Like I don't even remember, honestly. You probably do, but the baby stage in my 20s,
it was a fog.
Well. But it seems to hit different when you're nearing 40 and you're doing it. And I know that we're not alone in that. People all over the world do that. My mom had me. Mom, if you're watching this, you had me at 40. Yeah. So just pray for us in that. God's meeting us with a lot of strength needed in the time of less sleep and all that.
Yeah.
But on the kids too, our kids. Some good stuff happening. We started a new school for them. Share about that.
Sure. So they are part of a homeschool hybrid program. It is just the sweetest little program here in Fort Myers. It's pretty new. It's only 2 years old, and we were able to be a part of the first class, and so really, really grateful for the women who are leading there. They love our kids really well, and while also like educating them, they also care about their hearts and leading them closer to Jesus throughout the school year. So we're really, really grateful to have our kids there, because they're there for a few days, but then they're also home with us, so we get extra time with them here. They've also jumped into athletics. So Desmond's been playing baseball, and Elliot, surprisingly, has been playing soccer. She is having a lot of fun and wants to keep doing it. And Desmond has also done really well playing baseball. We're really proud of him for sticking with something new and something that challenges him.
So life has just looked a little bit different for us in this last year, and I feel like in a lot of positive ways. In local ministry itself, apart from just serving at Right Nature, I feel like ministry feels more holistic than ever. We have been leading a community group almost always, ever since we got married in our home. And we only took a short break from that when we first moved here to Fort Myers, and had been doing that last 3-4 years. And then in the fall, we had we decided to take another little short break, and we did a marriage class together at our church, which was perfect timing, I feel like, in a lot of ways, and really great for Ryan and I just take more intensive time towards our marriage and how we grow together, how we enjoy each other more, how we serve our kids better, and we're beginning to this month. We'll relaunch another group out of our home, and with 2 foster kids. But we're figuring out ways to just do it different, and I think that has been kind of fun in my mind, maybe not always fun, but to figure out new ways to do things, and seeing how there's overlap and bleed between just our church community, the school community, work community, and we're praying that there are more opportunities for even just where we live, our neighbors. We have, we're coming off a Christmas break now, and literally, I think every single day, right? Sometimes to some frustration.
Even before break.
Sure.
Every single afternoon, we probably have 5 to 7 neighbor kids running around
Yeah.
our yard through our house.
Yeah, one of the Ryan hurt her neck, that's why she's doing this, but the it's noticeable. But the one of the things that the storm did that happened like a year ago was a tornado came through and it ripped down a fence, and that fence divided our house to a neighborhood behind us, and literally there's been no barrier since then. And so we've had to put up our own boundaries in a sense, not physical ones, but potentially. Just in this, like, how do we navigate this whole new thing where our backyards become a playground to the community? and so
he's not joking. It literally
is
like a playground in our backyard every day.
And so we want to embrace that. We don't want to like shirk, against that, but we want to embrace it and say like, okay, Lord, how do you want us to use this, for your glory and for the sake of the gospel. So pray for us in that, because there's obvious challenges in it, just creating healthy boundaries and everything with the families, and especially families sometimes that a lot of the families, the parents don't speak English, and so that's been an added element to navigate. But all that to say, I feel like there's just been newness that God has brought in our lives to figure out, like, how do we figure out a new way to do ministry, again, both professionally and work, but then also just our lives, and that's been good. God's grown us in that. He's shown us, that as we trust him, he gives increased capacity, as you said, right? Caring for the vulnerable is costly, and you feel like you don't have a lot to give, but God always meets you in that. So I think that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But be praying for us as we just navigate that going forward in this new year. Happy New Year to you all. We really pray that we can, in this new year, be more connected, more just give more information, updates, but we want the same in return. We would love that, to be on more phone calls, in person, face-to-face with all of you. We really, really deeply appreciate how much you have invested and continue to support what God is doing through our family, and specifically through Ride Nature and the work that I get to be a part of there, that we get to be a part of, in various levels. So with that, love you.